We'll see what happens, what printf does. See if I can kind of share some insights for people that like cannon rushing. All right, let's check it out. Let me charge this. All right, let's see what's up.
Right, all right, all right. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. The King of Cannons has returned. He sent me. All right, all right, all right. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. The King of Cannons has returned. He sent me a replay pack, actually almost a month ago now, but I've just had so much content on my plate, and this has been like at the top of my list of like things to cast, and it just keeps getting skipped. And finally, we're back casting the man who has basically always played under his own identity. Everybody knows he cannon rushes, and yet he still kicks the crap out of everybody. Printer from the top right side of the map. He's a nightmare to play against because he has optimized his cannon rush far beyond what most players ever do. Now he's playing Dynasty. This is the map with the gold minerals in the back. I'm not sure what else you could do on this map. And oh, Psionic's going to cannon rush as well? Oh, wait.
Cannon rush versus cannon rush. Standard players, if they play standard, there's a couple of things at the GM level. I am so surprised at the GM level how many people don't know how to defend versus cannon rush. They make a lot of simple mistakes, but I'll try to explain some of them. But I'm always surprised how they just don't have an answer. The GM, right? But a lot of things I think a lot has to do with mining. They don't want to let their pros off the mineral line. I think that's their weakest kryptonite. They don't want to leave the mineral line. They want to be as efficient as possible, and they want to like finally calculate how much they think they just about need to stop something. And yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to like just like get too finessed and I think I could deny this with only 4 probes, you know? No, send 7. You think 4, send a couple 3, 4 more. That would always be a safe bet. And then, should be able to get back on your feet. Your opponent's going for no gas, late gateway. There's no reason to not send workers. What up, Crow Cop? Sure, I just got off work right now. Technically, it's like late night for me. And you just woke up, Mobelisk? Damn, must be nice. Must be nice.
Hey, yeah, this is cannon rush versus cannon rush. Okay.
Now, cannon rush versus cannon rush, that's always fun because it's like, it's not as easy to play a cannon rush versus cannon rush and have like a follow-up that's kind of standard because both players are cannon rushing. So there's like a meta. There's a interesting meta with cannon rush versus cannon rush. For me, whenever I'm dealing with the cannon rush, it's hard to cannon rush a cannon rusher if they're a good cannon rusher. Like I don't think my games and Printf's games would be very fun, and they'll be not that interesting. Only because, if you're expecting a cannon rush, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna get shut down so quick that there is no cannon rush. There's merely a follow-up transition. Like he can try, but it's not even worth trying to cannon rush me. But I also feel the same way with him. I feel like if I try to cannon rush him, he knows how to shut it down too. So why even try? At that point you have to respect each other's cannon rush. And you go straight to the transition. You don't go for the cannon rush. But because I play like that, I don't think he'll expect the transition quicker. I don't very I don't think he would expect my quick transitions because cannon rushers have a certain meta. Cannon rush versus cannon rush. They still they still try to cannon rush each other. You know, it's quite funny. They still try to cannon rush each other, and they slow themselves. They slow them both of themselves down. Um, so it's kind of funny. But the best answer is to deny the cannon rush from your opponent and go straight for the transition. And for me, I like to do two things if possible. I like to steal the gases, steal both their gases while they're cannon rushing me, and then pylon cannon the front natural of their base. That way they can't take a fast expand, but they also can't take any gas for a little bit until they deny it, which gives me a head start. On my side, I just have to deny their cannon rush, get two gases, get a gateway, because I'm not going for a committed cannon rush no longer. I'm able to save some resources to slingshot my transition. The other part of it is who's you can't take your natural because a good cannon rusher will block your natural. They'll block your natural like I would. I'll block it and put a cannon. It's not even just a pylon. It's a pylon and a cannon. Instead of cannon rushing you, I invest in the pylon cannon to keep you from taking a base, but I also steal your gas to get a faster transition on you. So that's what I do. But the other thing would be if you can't take your natural, where are you gonna take the base, right? You're gonna take it somewhere up in the corner on the bottom left. Are you gonna take one? He knows you're gonna take one. A good cannon rusher knows you're taking a base. They're gonna go scout. So you're gonna have to take a base fast enough so you can transition, get a cannon and transition. Um, so that's always a fun one. Find his base and what are you gonna do afterwards? It's kind of fun. PvP. One thing I felt confused from opponents cannon rush, how the freak they did cannon rush, but still can do normal expand as usual, which doesn't make any sense for me. Um, yeah, you're slowed down. You get slowed down to be able to transition, but they'll a standard player that goes for cannon rushing. They're gonna be a standard player in general, unless you throw them off. If you throw them off, or they have to build something different, or they have to not take the same base that they normally take, that's when they get a little complicated. But I feel like all the players, majority of them, want to rebalance themselves. Think of it like they're on a thin rope and they're walking a thin rope. They want to like eventually want to balance their emotions, their direction, their play style. So they'll always level off. And when some players are standard players, they're gonna level off to a standard play. Eventually, as messed up as it is, eventually they'll get into the standard rhythm. It just takes a little bit to adjust to get there, but a standard player will play like a standard player. A creative player will play like a creative player. If you have a creative player, there is no balance. There's only adjusting, teetering, right? You teeter and your opponent's like trying to continue their balance, but you keep teetering off their balance. So they're like they're too busy trying to balance, and you're busy trying to throw off their balance. And that's a nice good play style, because the one in control usually is the one that's teetering your opponent, that's causing them to imbalance themselves when they're trying to play standard. They try to take a natural like a standard player, then you kill their base, you kill their natural. Ah, you know. Yeah. So, yeah, it's fun. It's interesting. They're predictable. Standard players are predictable. They all play the same, so it's kind of like playing the same player over and over again. They all think the same. The reactions that I see is always like I feel like they watch each other's, videos or replays, because I'm like, they all kind of do the same stuff. You know, standard meta. I won some cheat game today with proxy hatch, roach, rav, cannon contain into proxy void. I need to get some water. Proxy hatches, roach ravagers. And cannon contain into proxy void rays. Yeah, those are good to practice. What up, tax cut? Alright, let's see.
Guys, we've got a cannon duel coming in. Psionic is also cannon rushing by the looks of it, because normally you want to build a cannon in your mineral line if you're doing this, but no forge.
No, not that's versus a Terran player. You don't want to do a cannon right here. You want to put the pylon right here. If you want to do it right, you put the pylon here. I mean, technically, you don't even put it right here, but I mean, you could. I would put it right here instead. Versus a Protoss. Versus a Terran, you have to put the pylon right here, so you could put the cannon right here and the cannon right here. You know what I mean? Like, check this out, little. So, because it all depends on who you're playing. So, let's say this, right? We put a pylon right here. Instead, that means you can get a cannon right here, or you can get a cannon right here. And so, versus a Terran player, you got a Reaper that comes over here and tries to attack your probes. So, you're trying to transition into stalkers. And how do you get stalkers if you can't hold your gas? Right? The Reaper will be right here just attacking the probes that are trying to mine the gas. And so you need a cannon right here if you want two gases. Now, if you have a cannon right here, the Reaper's gonna go this way and try to mess with the probes right here. And so you need a cannon right here too. So I like to get two cannons so that I can actually guarantee my gas, so I can transition into stalkers. If I can't get my gas, what am I gonna do? He's gonna keep getting more. I'll have to kind of like attack him with probes and get a cannon later. But we're not playing against a Terran, right? We're not playing against a Terran. We're playing against a Protoss player. And so a Protoss player, you want the pylon not right here, and not right here. You want it right here. That's the best spot. You know why that's the best spot? Because if you're dealing with the Protoss, you might deal with the Cannon Rusher. If you're dealing with the Cannon Rusher, they're going to try to hide their Cannon Rush sometimes, and they're going to hide it at the front of your natural, from the bottom. And once they get the cannon, they'll go up to the top. So it's best that you have a pylon right here to be able to get the information. Now he puts the pylon right here because he's trying to hide the forge. He's trying to hide the forge. Because he's trying to hide the forge, it gives him a little bit of time. But when you send two probes, that's already, unless you're hiding the second probe, you're already screaming cannon rush. I mean, you're screaming cannon rush just the fact that the probe is on a pylon scout. So, if you're gonna hide it outside the base. That's what I do. Don't hide it inside the base. Hide it outside the base. But this is where you would want the pylon. If you want this pylon, you can keep this pylon, this forge, but you better have another pylon right here. The next one better be right there, because while you're cannon rushing, you need to be quick. If he comes out of nowhere and just starts cannoning, you need to be able to learn how. You need to be able to just pop a cannon right here real quick. You're like, oh shoot, I'm cannon rushing him, but I didn't see that he's actually cannon rushing me. Until it was like he's already setting up too. So boom, you just get the cannon and now you got the defense. I'd rather have this right here and be ready for it than to have it down here and then he cannon rushes me from the top that I didn't put a pylon up and pylon's late. So, but that's my opinion.
Wait, what? What are we? Oh, is Sonic pro brush? It's a pro brush. What?
It's a pro
Sonic
brush.
pro brushing. Oh, and Sonic's
doing
also
the-
blocking the cannon rush at the same time.
the
Oh, because
Florencio-
Sonic's saying I can just
Florencio
maybe beat you with a
Probius.
pro brush. Oh my god, here we go. Pro brush, pro brush, pro brush, pro brush. He's gonna get the mineral line. He gets a pro kill instantly. Oh, Prince F didn't realize what was happening. He's focusing on his own cannon rush. No, no. No, he's not watching. He's too busy focusing on the micro. Oh my god, he's just not noticed. What?
Now you can
Oh,
recall back
no.
home now.
He's still not noticed. He just looked at it. He just selected the last probe as it
Good
died.
old sewer mermaid special.
Prince F, you legend. You legend. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Of course, for anyone who isn't familiar with the old probe stack strategy, the way you do it is you take an early gas. And what you do is you grab your workers, you click it on the gas, so they all stack on top of each other. And then you click them on a mineral patch on the other side of the map. You see he's clicked them on this mineral patch, and they're stacked up pretty well. They weren't perfectly stacked there, so he actually had to send them back. Let me show you guys. You see how they're not all on top of each other. So if you look at that, you can tell that's more than one probe. So he was like, oh, crap. So what he does is he clicks back on the mineral here, and then...
Basically, you go for this mineral and you go for this gas, and there's like a little bloop, little lip that kind of goes curves. And that little curve kind of like puts you together. It lines you up when you go from like walking here and curve into the gas geyser by natural. It lines you up really good. So that's what you do. You just go over here. You can even go here or here and then back to the gas. When the probe moves over here and then you put it back to the gas, it goes right here and does a little turn, a little degree. That degree keeps them all together and lines up. It just squishes them. And then the rest of the squish is in the front right here. You get the first squish on the side, and then you get the second squish right here in the front. Side and front, and it lines you up.
on the gas, I think. Or he just stacks on the mineral, the gas. Now that they're perfectly on top of each other, now he clicks on the mineral on the other side of the map. And you can see, if you look closely, he's a bit shimmery. He looks a little...
It has been around since StarCraft 1. I've been doing this since StarCraft 1. Since back in the days. Yeah, I've been doing that, to my opponents since back in the 90s. So I'm not talking about just in StarCraft 2. I'm a StarCraft 1 player.
little weird, but it's very hard to
I've been cannon rushing since StarCraft 1.
notice the visual distortion. It almost looks exactly like one worker. I think it's like very similar. I think technically you can see there's like a little bit of a blur on the back end of the graphic especially, but it's very hard to see. So it's a classic rush. Florencio's done that a lot. Hats off to Psionic. Pulling that off versus Prince F is hilarious. Prince F could have counter microed, but he was just so tunnel visioned on the front that he was not mentally prepared for that. GG, well played. All right, going into the next game here. It is Prince F on the bottom left side of the map. Now, hats off to Prince F's actually, he would have noticed that, but the genius there was the fact that
Why is
Psionic
it-
harassed
Why is it illegal? Gas movements, that's the only way that you could actually get the dumbest workers of all time. In StarCraft 1, the units are just kind of like dumb. They're derpy. Oh, let's go that way. Where'd you go? I don't know. And so the best way to do it is through gases. That's the only way you can get things, not even the minerals sometimes. Just the gas. I used to use the gas all the time to be able to like deal with the lings, because lings would come really early, and you need to figure out how to like attack those with better movement, and they suck with just regular movement unless you got godlike micro. So you have to use the gases. Just click, 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 click. Yeah. This coming Monday, we're gonna jump into we're gonna do all the campaigns. So we're gonna start with StarCraft 1. We're gonna do some StarCraft 1 campaigns. Both the original, and the Brood War. Ooh. And then we're gonna jump into StarCraft 2 campaigns. We're gonna do those on brutal. We're gonna just go right through his. We're gonna do the campaign-a-thon. Artosis is really a mass rager, or is it a character? It's a little bit of both. It's a person that, he does have an anger management problem. He doesn't, he does get upset and he does lash out in regards to like yell and stuff and talk nonsense, because that's how he deals with his stress. But he's also somebody that's able to utilize that as a business model. People like to see him rage. So he kind of, there's a part of it that's a character, and then there's a part of it, that he really does get upset when he talks, when he says certain things about like Protoss or something, when he gets rushed. That some of it is his honest anger, but the rest of it is just him playing into that character as well. So a little mix, but he's definitely someone that does have a temperament problem. He is funny. He's a funny guy. He knows what he markets himself well. He markets himself very well to an audience that's playing StarCraft. That has like more of a chill hang. It's I think it fits to his character. It's like his weakness. Technically, he learned how to create it into his strength. So, yeah, he's funny.
The probe that was building the cannons with two probes and was trying to like block.
Yeah, I actually had a drink with them over at DreamHack, and when we were talking, he he thought the sewer mermaid was a build. That's what he said. He said, I thought it was a build. He didn't know it was a person, a character. He thought it was like some build. That's funny.
The pylon cannon cage go up. And with the way Printf plays, if he can't get that kind of walled off cannon in a little corner going, it's over for him. So he focused so hard on trying to get the cannons up. And he did get them up. And Psionic even almost like let him get the cannons up, which is why that worked out. As it did. Now, interestingly, Printf's going to wall off this time. Forge there. Up against Hype 1. Michi over here. Michi going for a gateway on the high ground. I like gateway on the high ground because this way you're not creating any choke point on the natural for the cannons to come up. I don't know where the good spots are. Okay, Michi clearly knows
true
who they're
Moblisk.
playing against. But you got to attack here.
Oh, look at all this. Yeah, that is true. It's the mindset build. We play chess up in here. What up, Thomas? Good morning. He invented the gas stack. Well, I brought it over here. Well, people didn't know about the probe stack over here, but I've been doing it since StarCraft 1. So, but I brought it over here, and people didn't know about it. Pig was shocked. He was like, "What? What the hell? What is this?" But not only that, is I created other like probe stack strategies. Like the 2 probe stack, where I split them, or I'll do even a 3, and I'll split those and do mind games with it, so I get undetected. So and then I even did the mineral probe, stack hideout. I did the probe stack rush with the cannon rush. While I attack with the probes, I sneak one out in the darkness and I make a cannon rush, and then I run over with the other ones and recall back home. I think I have the most creative cannon rush strategies in the game, because as I see all of these are just standard 101 cannon rushes. They're very simple. They're not very strategic or mind gamey. Whereas I have a lot of mind game strategies that I could do. But I'm always curious to see if they come up with one or so. But a lot of them tend to be all the same, which nothing's wrong with that. But And when it comes to creativity, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet. Just standard 101 cannon rushing. I have tomorrow off. If you guys wanted to game, you can add. Alright. Well, I'll be on tomorrow, Thomas. Maybe later, it'll be my day off. Today's Sunday, so I'll be off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's why we're here, at least in part. Hey, thanks, Mobless. Well, I'm always here to share. That's the thing. Like, for me, I love StarCraft. I'm just a StarCraft lover like you guys, and I've been playing since 1998, and I've been playing a lot with passion. So my biggest thing is if I can share that with people and teach them stuff that I took years to learn, that'll be great. And so I've always been like a, enjoyer of like educating people to this game and the things that you could do, the builds that you could try, Yeah, and there's a part of me that doesn't want it to go to waste. All the things that I've learned, all the builds, I don't want it to go to waste. And if I stop playing one day, I want people to continue it and strategize and mix it in. So that's always been my biggest thing, to share it so it doesn't get lost. And so I teach people, here, try this. It's enjoyable. All right, so we're gonna get a pylon wall. Why ban? I don't know why he would ban worker stack. Like, he doesn't believe in luck. He doesn't. He thinks StarCraft shouldn't have luck involved. It should be all skill. But I'm like, how does that work? There's always luck, no matter how you control it. Yeah. He doesn't like that kind of play style.
You got to attack him. Oh my god, we're pulling a lot of probes. You got to be careful. He might be able to wall in behind the mineral line on some maps. I don't know if he can do that here. Okay, Mitchie's pulled so many probes. This is a lot of mining time Mitchie's losing, and you got to be careful up there as well, because he's creating a new choke point potentially.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. They're gonna want to make a pylon over here, one down here, and they're gonna try to like catch you slipping, But this right here, yeah, you better be on it. You better get on it real quick. The only thing he could do probably right now is I don't think he has a chance to get in there anymore. Now the only thing he could do is send all the workers to just surround the pylons and then take out all the pylons. What you're gonna do though is you're gonna have to kill all the pylons at the same time, or at least the side ones at the same time, so you can get inside really quick. The middle one can't be taken out first because he's gonna put another pylon wall in front of it. So the best answer is, in this case right here, send them all in there and just surround all the pylons and attack all of them.
Oh, Prince F, he's going to go for a 3-pylon wall. 3-pylon wall. It's a 3-pylon wall. You need to pull probes up to the north. You need to pull probes up to the north, Mitchie. You need to pull as many as you can right now. Mitchie needs to be attacking. The pylon on the right is actually the best target. The problem is he can build a cannon there, and then he can build another pylon here, I believe. Oh, maybe he can't, actually. I'm not quite sure. Either way, other probe is dancing around right now. He cancels pylon, builds it. Oh, we didn't cancel and rebuild the one on the left, but he's got his probe.
I think Printev's going to try to make the pylon right away. Sometimes you can get it done, but that depends on how fast Blue's going to like move forward as he attacks. You got to have to attack it and move forward at this, like really quick. If you don't, you could actually get a pylon in again really quick. Boom, make another real quick one in the same spot.
Probe on hold position. And as Mitchie, you got to try and get surface area. Mitchie trying to break this pylon.
Yeah.
The reason these new pylons are going down, so even if this pylon goes down, it's still going to be powered. You need to attack this building pylon as well. You need to kill all the building pylons. There's good surface area on the cannon now. 5 probes attacking it, but it's about to finish. First Zealot's about to come out. The cannon's going to die. The cannon's going to die. 6 probes attacking it. The cannon will go down. He's trying to wall these.
Now he's got to grow. He's going to go and start spreading these probes and attacking each one. He has to click it too. What you want to do here is you want to click the buildings. You have to know which ones are pylons, which ones are cannons. Maybe not most of these are pylons and one of them's a cannon. You got to know. So you're gonna invest your attack on those more. Um, let's see what happens.
Probes in. I think this is a good hold by Mitchie, guys. I think Mitchie's got a good hold. He's actually held it.
I don't know about these probes though. Honestly, you should make a Google Doc like pig for your builds or a website. I was thinking of maybe we'll do videos. You know, maybe I'll do a video this, you know, on YouTube and then put those on a playlist. That way it's a visual. It's maybe we could do those, you know, because if I write it and then put the video and put the replay in on the link or something, put the replay on the description or somewhere, that way you guys can like visualize it and stuff versus just in writing. Well, I was telling people that I have a one in my what do you call it, on my Discord. I have a section where I have all my replays. So really good replays. If they have something to explain or something different, I put them here. I don't know if you could watch all of them depending on how dated these are, but they're, you know, because of the patches. But yeah, these are all really good replays. Like there's something for everything. Zerg Burrow, Cannon Rush, nukes, high ground, dirty spines, liberators. Yeah. So I do have like a section where I put these replays. You guys can go to, and then you guys can like download it and plug it into whatever place if you want the build order. But I feel like if I put a video out on it, you guys could at least know, you know, all the details. Replays to spawn to, and the website also allows YouTube links to in the web page. Yeah, I'll look into it. I don't know. I don't really use spawning tool much, so I don't really know. But I'll look at the website and see if there's anything that, you know, I could do with YouTube. But I do have a Discord section, so I would say that would, at the moment, that's where I'm at. But I could definitely make videos of the games. I can cast it and explain it, and you guys can get some better insights on these crazy builds. Grubby did some good videos of Warcraft 3. He plays the game first, then talks over explaining build orders, reasoning, and well, that's what I do too, though. That's when I just live stream, I do that. I go back over and I explain everything. But yeah, I already do that. Don't you notice that I do that? I go back and explain everything. Yeah, that's what I figure. I could do stuff like that where I can explain it and then make a video on those. If it has to do with something that actually makes sense build wise, you know, if it's a build that I know is repeated and it's by the book, you know, or by the sewer book, I go over it and explain it. I'll just have to edit them out and then put them on videos and just, you know, title it or something like suit. I don't know, something. Sewer Mermaid's Book of Cheese. We'll see. All right.
There's no cannons building. It's 15 probes versus 18 in Mitchie's favor. Mitchie has a zealot as well. As long as he doesn't get all his probes stuck.
See how, like, you gotta click on them? Because look at these. It turned out these two are pylons. And it'll be hard to tell if you didn't click on them. And you probably waste all your time on the wrong ones. Because it takes longer to kill a pylon than it is a cannon. I don't even know if that's a pylon. I can't click it. But I would have clicked it. I would have clicked on all three to see which one's a threat. By the book, I'm always remembering that before 4 minutes, they're gonna DTs, medevac drops for oracles coming. You gotta be ready. I would 100% buy the book of cheese. Yeah, so it'd be dirty. So I'll put it on. I'll put them on YouTube videos. I'll do those and put them on YouTube videos, and I'll title them on the playlist, the book of cheese. Give you guys some the dirty, because I go pretty thorough. I go detail when I explain things, just because I think details are important for people to really get it right. There's no written media in the sewers. Sewers people rely on word of mouth. Sewer history or sewer gossip is more fitting. The sewer gossip, the sewer history. The history was the sewers chronicles. Each episode should be Act 1, Act 2, Act 420. Okay, well, we could always update the title if you guys ever want a better title. Be like, Flo, title it this way. I have no problem retitling, but we'll try to work on that. I'll throw some videos this week. So this week I have the campaign-a-thon starting Monday, and then we'll add some videos. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna go through all the campaigns, all of them. Get dirty.
Fact that don't let them get.
Acronym says I posted a replay for me and the Sewerlings in action. All right. In 3-3s. I'll try to cast them later on. Maybe today. Maybe later on today. I still gotta go to sleep. And then wake up. And since I do night shift, I just got off work. When I wake up late, I can cast some. I'll do some solo casts for some of you guys. Because I know some of you guys send replays. The book already exists. It's called the Karma Sutra.
Trapped. Don't let them. That gets cancelled.
Karma
Printf getting a semi-refund there.
Salt?
Printf still threatening. Printf not probing. He's saving up minerals, guys. And at this point, Michi.
Oh, they're all pylons.
He's probably transitioning. Printf never transitions. He always never transitions. It's one base or die trying, guys. He can't do anything here. Surely that probe goes down. Zealot gets it. Second probe coming in, dude.
There's always a second probe. Got to make sure you're on it.
There's no way you're dead. Just give up, Printf. You're dead, mate. Oh, gateway wall off. He goes for the gateway cannon wall, and because there was no space for a probe in there, phases his probe out.
Yeah, but this cannon's still vulnerable. For one, we're getting another Zealot. So we just get this Zealot over here, kill that pylon. We have enough probes to kill this pylon, and then go in there with 2 probes and a Zealot. And that'll kill off the Zealot right here. I would send a couple workers to go kill that probe, though. I'll go after that probe 100% because you don't want to do anything else. And from there, you get a Zealot, you break the pylons, you're good to go. The pro's going to want to hang out here because he's going to need a pylon. The gateways need to be powered, so he's going to need to be around to make a pylon somewhere. What? Acronym with the 5 gifted subs. Welcome, born on Friday the 13th. Really? Was it? Gello? Shetland? Sesh? Zesh? And Joseph. Welcome. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Acronym. I appreciate it. I was looking at that one game is on sale right now. I'm like tempted. The part 1 was that I forgot the name of that one, but part 1 of that puzzle game. So I'm like, we'll see. Okay, let's
out
go.
of the surround at the same time.
So we
Double
got this
gateway in
right
the
here.
mineral line. Remember, Mitchie doesn't have a
You just gotta make sure this probe gets chased. Gotta chase this probe.
huge amount of minerals. He's
Yeah,
got a
so
second
later
zealot on
on-
the way,
later
but he
on
needs
today,
to make sure he
when I
attacks
wake
this
up,
pylon on the left,
we'll
this
do
pylon,
some-
and then gets on top of the cannon. I think the cannon's going to go down, though. The zealot's on top. I don't think this works. I don't think this can work.
Sure, it works.
Mitchie's too
Sure,
good.
no.
If Mitchie panics, he's dead.
Well, there's no need to panic. That zealot right there is gonna take out of that cannon, 100% guaranteed. That zealot just needs to go over here and deny this one, and then the rest of the probes need to make sure that those pylons go down. The gateways are not gonna be very helpful other than blocking the mineral line. You just gotta make sure the pylons go down.
Potentially, but he's just not panicking. He's prioritizing the correct things. The cannon will go down. The pylons are all falling. Mitchie with a 300 IQ hold, preemptively pulls probes, knows what's happening, and whilst the gateways are being annoying, you can't power them. If you can't power the gateways, they won't be able to build zealots. Now, to be
Right.
fair,
I'll start
Princep
mining
is
right now.
probing. Finally, he's on 13 workers
I would start
only,
mining right now.
and he's messed up the mining pretty badly. He's starting a zealot. You cannot let these get powered. Printf is like, look, if I can get some zealots out, maybe I can do something. All the probes are being pulled. Printf is like, look, I'm actually kind of wasting all your mining time, so maybe I think the zealots should probably just attack the gateways now. I mean, I guess the zealot. Okay, at this point, you need probes mining.
Yeah, probes need to
Mitchie's
mine.
not got probes mining. More pylons building. He's gonna. Oh, the probe goes down, but there's 3 more pylons. Zealots are building. Mitchie's got no mining. He can't mine. He can't mine right now, guys. He's only got one little hole
Go.
there, and he can't get in there.
Line it up. Just click right here. You'll line it up.
He needs to get rid of the pylons before he can mine. Mitchie literally can't mine.
Line them
Oh
up.
no, this pylon on the top. The
He's
pylon
not
on the top
lining
is
them
powering
up.
that gateway. That means zealots are going to start to come out. He's got to get rid of these pylons right now. Another probe coming across the map. 3 zealots building right now from Printf. I don't know how he...
You could even click right here and attack with the probes. You grab this. You can get the probes. You click here and then hit attack when they clump up. Click here, hit attack. Click here, hit attack. That'll kill the pylon really quick with the probes instead of like moving them.
He's building 3 zealots. I guess this one is not really building because it's depowered. It's just showing up in the production tab. Probes trying to pull back. He's going to try and get a little bit of mining there as these probes filter into that gap. Does depower it. There's only one zealot left. Just kill the gateways. If you just kill the gateways, I think you're fine here as Mitchie. You've got to clear those gateways with the zealots. Printf trying to harass. This is the dumbest game ever. I love it. Mitchie is like, can this end? Can this end sometime today? Please. Please, can this freaking end? It's over. I defended it. Leave. Leave my effing face. I don't think I'm getting too excited. Sometimes people say,
You
calm
set
down
another
with the
probe on the other
commentary.
side.
You're overexcited. Your people aren't that stressed when they're playing StarCraft. Protoss players who are diamond and above, tell me you're not feeling that exact reaction if you're in this situation as Mitchie. I would be losing my mind. There's cannons. He's got cannons going up in the back. There's cannons going up. Oh my god, the zealots will break through. The zealots will break through. The zealots will break through, but Printf's got more zealots popping out. So even if you lose the cannons, this opens up the chance for the zealots to do damage. Oh my god. Oh my god. The probes are starting to fall. Yes, you're killing the cannons. The cannons are starting to get cancelled. He's going to build a new cannon down here. Or over here even. He can't squeeze through. Oh, he's trying to squeeze. He squeezes his probe into the gap so he can get the cannon in the middle of the cage. Printf, with a genius maneuver with that probe, builds the pylon, builds the gas, and the probe has nowhere to go, so it gets squeezed in. If that cannon finishes, there's no ranged units for Mitchie. Mitchie can start a Stalker now. That cannon's already halfway done. The first Stalker starts. There's no batteries up. Dude, this is savage. This is a Protoss on Protoss hate crime right now. This is... Honestly, if I watch this, I would say Printf, in his former life, was a Zerg player who got cannon rushed too many times and decided to go and seek retribution on the Protoss. He's like, I will turn their own weapons upon them. I will do the filthiest cannon rush you have ever seen. Printf's going to depower the gateway. He's got more zealots building here. He does lose his probes. 5 zealots against 5 zealots, but Printf's now on 14 probes against 7. He's built himself an advantage. He starts taking a gas behind this. He's like, I guess we're transitioning, ladies and gentlemen. Zealots are going to fight against zealots. Oh, Printf's got to pull back that top one, but it got stuck there. Didn't have space to pull back. This zealot gets focus fired. Looks like good focus fire for Mitchie. Mitchie's going to actually win the zealot war. Does he lose another probe, though? He does lose one more probe. He's only on 6. He can't afford this. Trying to depower the gateways. Printf's just like, lol, 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 lol. Still building zealots in your base. Lol, 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 lol. Cannons building at home.
Did he lose his
building up the
pylon?
probe count. He knows he's got a massive advantage. He's going to have to cancel these zealots. His Printf. He's hiding a zealot in the corner. Does Mitchie find it? Does Mitchie find it? Mitchie finds it. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Ah, man. It's just, it's a reminder, guys, to not let them build gateways in your mineral line, right? That's, I didn't know this had to be part of my knowledge but the next time I'm playing PvP versus a Cannon Rush, if there's any pylons near my mineral line, I'm going to leave something in my mineral line, like patrolling or something. Damn, man. Prince F, getting up these gateways. This was so disgusting. This feels like Hobo Brawls. You know it's wrong, but you kind of like it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this does remind me of Bum Fights a little bit. Bum Fights was super messed up in hindsight, but I remember my teenage boys, they get it, oh look, and they pay the homeless people to fight each other. Ha 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 ha. You know, I do remember someone had the DVD back in the day, back when we were about 14. You know, I think the young boy thing is to go, oh, I'll watch the most messed up thing. No, I won't get freaked out by it. Will you? Are you a pansy? That's this for StarCraft players. This is absolutely the bum fights for StarCraft players. Prince F here just putting all sorts of foul magic upon his opponent. Unfortunately, Mitchie forgot a second pylon here, guys. So he's building a Stargate and a second gas because he's just trying to recover. He's just forgotten about pylons at this point. He's like, wait, I only have one pylon.
Oh, that's poor Blue.
And he's going to find that out now when he hits the supply block and goes, oh, shit. Oh, crap. Oh, no. No. The level of disorientation. Remember, guys, this is GM. Earlier today, someone was watching we were casting a 3K game in the salt mines. People were like, oh, I don't know 3K was this bad. I don't know players macro this bad. I play way better than this. And I was like, guys, you have to understand when you're playing psycho stuff, when you're playing psycho, weird early games, you've never been here before, is Mitchie. You don't know what's going on. Adrenaline's pumping. You're confused. You're reeling. Your emotions are all over the place because part of you feels like you defended a rush, but then you're dying to it. So you're like, am I just dying to like a troll build?
He tried to cannon rush, but still in one base. Yeah,
nice
no.
Cannon defense, 2 stalkers and a cannon. Looks like he canceled the second cannon, realizing he didn't need it. It's going to be one base blink here for Prince F to finish this game off.
Doesn't take bases, so he stays on one base, and just practices and refines that one. Basically, you know, the one if you're really good at especially in a mirror match. If you're really good at the matchup and you are very aggressive, you keep putting that resource into aggression, your opponent's probably going to just play standard and try to expand, assuming that you're going to expand. And that 400 resources, if you don't take advantage of that for too long, then they get more units than you do, and then your units, they just get... They get tore up. So you get the higher unit count if you don't take a base. If that money goes into more units. All of a sudden you got 10 stalkers, they have 4 stalkers. But you have a base coming up. Is that going to help you to survive? No. So that's where one base die trying is a big thing for Printf. For me, I don't really do one base or die trying. I do one base all in until it's not all in. You know what I mean? So I do one base and I all in as much as I can. But when I feel like I have leverage to take a base, then I'm no longer all in. Because you're able to know that you're ahead and you can leap out of being all in. Okay, now I don't have to be all in because now it's not going to be, there's a little break. And I have the advantage. So then I don't have to be all in anymore. Now, since I have a little advantage, some leverage, I could take a base. Might not be my natural base. It might be a hidden base, but I'm going to take a base. And so Printf has this stubbornness where he's not going to take a base. He's just going to make more units. So for me, I like to kind of progress the game. And so therefore, if I ever find a way where I can take a breather, where I'm like, okay, we did enough crazy stuff, I don't need to be all in anymore. I can actually breathe. I will, because it's fun to transition.
23
so I all in until I'm not all in. That's pretty much what I say. I'm all in until I'm not all in, because you're just all in. And then all of a sudden you go, hey, I don't have to be all in anymore. I did good. I did good damage. There's no reason to be all in anymore. Why still stay on all in when you have an opportunity to, progress the game further but have an advantage? I would prefer that, me personally.
17. I think that's going to be about that. Let's fast forward this one a little bit until we get to the next bit of action. Some people used to really hate me fast forwarding, but I feel if a game's like really one-sided, I always just want to fast forward to the action and just kind of entertain myself this way.
Gotta be careful for the oracles.
Well. That's going to be the rule of thumb I apply. Oracle does come in, gets itself 2 probes. Not bad. I mean, the work account's kind of similar.
Some mining time.
Dude, Mitchie's actually doing the right things. Mitchie has a robo up. If you get a few immortals out on one base, you'd be good. The problem is, I think Mitchie put too heavily on gas. I think Mitchie should have at most put 2 workers on each gas because their mineral count is just so much lower and there's just so many stalkers. Like, there's so many blink stalkers.
Yeah, see how many stalkers are right there? Are you going to take a base? You know, I in Wings of Liberty, the one build that all of us had to do in Protoss versus Protoss is the 4-gate. The 4-gate was the strongest opener versus a Protoss to deal with because most Protosses would want to take a base. And when they took a base, that 4-gate kicks in and you're dead. Even, you know, there you go, shouldn't have took a base. And so I've learned since Wings of Liberty to do all-in builds as a Protoss to Protoss because of that. That 4-gate was a pain in the butt.
Are you really going to get 2 immortals out in time to defend this? If you do, there's going to be like 20 stalkers. But I think the numbers are so scary. So Mitchie basically needs everything on building immortals and getting a shield battery up and just defend one base. And then try to make sure you keep the Oracle alive. Like, use Revelation to kind of see if there's any stalkers nearby.
Yeah,
you
I blame
can go
the
for a run
4-gate.
by with this Oracle, though. There's no stalkers nearby. I mean, you're imagining there's probably stalkers out there. There isn't. Could get away with a dive. Seeing no natural, Mitchie's like, all right, I better do some
They're
damage.
just
I better
good
force
in
those
numbers.
stalkers home. Good damage, good damage. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. Not bad. Make it 4. Not going to be able to chase to the cannon, though. First immortal's almost out. Batteries only now building. Batteries late. Batteries late. We need to...
See, imagine if blue expanded, right? It's like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna try to get a lead and take a base. And you're making your nexus right now. How are you gonna defend all those stalkers? They're just gonna come in and just kill your army.
Force field the ramp before the stalkers get high ground vision. If a stalker
And
gets
deny your
there,
nexus.
and he can blink on top, it's game over. Force field! It's too late! It's too late! It's too late! Prince F playing very safe, though. Plays very, very safe there. Didn't want to commit 100% just yet, so he kind of baits the force field out. If he dove on top and focused the immortal, it was game over. Oracle gets even
That
more damage,
Oracle's
guys.
doing
8
some
kills.
good damage.
Dude, is Printf screwing this up? Printf! He could have left 1 stalker at home. Oh no, Printf! He may have thrown this.
Force field.
Printf may have thrown this game, guys. But wait, no,
Oh.
he blinks on top of the
Nope.
immortal, and that's why
The
you
immortal
need
was in
force
at the
field
battery
before they
overcharge.
get high ground
Oh,
vision.
he was not in the
Because
position.
The moment you lose the immortal, you're screwed. You needed to buy time for 2 immortals. Oh man!
And he used the
Stalker's trying to hang on
overcharge.
right now. One stalker doesn't do anything. The Oracle could just ignore it.
DPS,
It
yeah.
could. That takes
Too much
micro
DPS.
number 1. Number 2 though is it would actually, you can warp in a second stalker as well and reactively and shut it down. Because once the Oracle's gone, you can focus fully on the front, and then you can definitely win this game in the long run.
Printf
Remember,
definitely needed
Printf
some
is
damage.
ahead in the long run if he expands.
'Cause of the
reason why
worker
Printf goes
damage.
so all in though is he is a man
Oh,
with a
he's
code.
supposed to
You know,
keep
some
them from
criminals has a
getting the
code.
vision.
Printf is the guy who brutally goes around stabbing baby Protoss on the ladder. But then he's like, but I only do it on 1 base. And you're like, why? And he's like, that's my code. And I'm like, why is it your code? And he's like, I never expand. 1 base or die trying. And I'm like, but why? And he's like, that's just what I do. I was born in the 1 base. Like, guys, for those who don't know, if you haven't watched a lot of Printf before, he will long distance rally workers to his natural and long distance mine his natural out.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're more vulnerable when you expand. At the end of the day, you're just more vulnerable. If you're going for a cannon rush because you don't have any gas and a late gateway when you're cannon rushing, you're vulnerable. You can't just take a base, you know. It's not, especially the higher rank you go, you can't just take an expo and try to like get out of it that way. No, you just can't. So it's just natural to have no choice but to just go in hard, because the moment you take a base, you're gonna be extra vulnerable and you're dead. That's just the problem with cannon rush. So Printf is just doing that natural Protoss thing where if you cannon rush, you can't just take a base afterwards. You have to keep going. You gotta go all in. The moment you take a base, that's when you're gonna, you're gonna just get overpowered with units.
Before taking expansion, I've seen him long distance almost completely mining a natural expansion and refusing to expand. This
Yeah, because he's making units. He's making units. That's why. You know, he's trying to like hammer fist you.
Is just
He's gonna try and
a lot of
make
people
sure he
get
has enough units
overwhelmed
to
in
deal with it.
StarCraft. They go, oh, there's too many decisions to make. Oh no, do I do this? Do I do that? Printf has solved that years ago by saying, I only cannon rush into potentially other stuff, but I never expand. Like, this man has not expanded in the last 6 years of StarCraft 2. He's like, expansion, no. I just kill you on one base with my cannon rush or after the cannon rush. The man has a code.
That's
and that
his
apparently
code.
involves Protestant crime. Mitchie can't believe what's happened. Mitchie GG's and just is sitting there just going.
Poor Mitchie. He did pretty good, but he didn't keep an eye on those probes.
Wild game, man. GG, well played. Mitchie's like,
oh, he's not talking. I mean, he's not leaving.
Mitchie right now in the chat is going, kill your...
Oh, he said
no,
wild
no,
game.
no, don't. No, just... Fuck you. No. Should I hate you. I want you to... No, I shouldn't send it. I'm just going to walk away from the computer. I'm just
gonna walk away with the computer. Oh, it's funny.
Oh, he legit did walk away from the computer.
Probably did.
Legit.
His
Chat
APM is
saying
probably like 0.
He's trying to find the F10 button after smashing his keyboard, and all of his keycaps have gone flying. Yeah, probably. Wow.
Broke his keyboard and can't
that
use it anymore.
It's got to be frustrating to lose, dude. That's got to be frustrating. I don't think any of us even hold it against Mitchie. Like, there's sometimes when someone like leaves their buildings in it, you're like, oh, that's kind of shitty. And like, it is kind of shitty a little bit, but also like, I totally understand.
He
That
did
was
good.
Vicious. That was so vicious from Printf.
You just gotta make sure that probe don't stay alive. You gotta stay on the probe. Both probes, always 2 probes. All right, let's see. This one's the short one. We'll see this one real quick. And then
All right. What's up, everybody, and welcome back. It is time for the King of Cannons. It's been a hot minute.
Well, that comes from experience. So tunnel vision definitely hits you harder when you've never experienced that situation, or if you don't experience it too often, because you don't have, you just don't know what you should do, what you would do, how to scout it ahead of time, all that stuff. So yeah, a lot of players play standard, so they're not used to these weird scenarios. Some are, though. Some, at least to an extent. But I feel like out of all times, that last play, he wasn't following the probes. There was a lot of like mismanaging on the workers. The workers were not moving for a while, not attacking for a while. His management on the cannons were not so sharp. There's definitely some opportunity there.
Yeah, but we are back here. This is not a best of 3.
How
Let's
old
get
is
rid of that scoreboard over there.
Luzira?
And of course, it's Printf in the bottom right.
Oh, I don't know.
He is the King of Cannons, a player
I have
who
no
plays on his
idea.
own account,
I think-
doesn't play on a barcode, cannon rushes every single game, and still is somehow an absolute menace to play against. He's going to be up against Lysira in the top left side of the map.
Oh,
I doubt this is
Lysira,
a real
pro
Lysira.
gamer, right?
It's probably a fan on the NA ladder. So
Oh,
it should
okay.
be at GM
So
level.
it might not be
Normally
the-
Printf historically
not the
has
real
played somewhere
Lysira.
between 5 and 6k MMR. Often back in the day, it was 6k MMR. He's not only less active these days, but I would say also there's been MMR deflation across a lot of the servers. So he's always in the top end of GM. He's going to come in with an early pylon, hatchery first in the face of it.
So that Overlord already spotted the probe, right? He's gonna cannon rush, even if that pylon's gonna be building something, right? Yeah, you want to stop it. Let's see if he does.
Are you sure, Lysira? You're not
drone
going to pull
pull?
any drones? You're just going to hatchery first? You see it. Okay, so Lysira is like, this is a fake, right? It's definitely not either that or you're planning to go for...
The other thing would be that Lysira or this player, Blue, is going, okay, you're cannon rushing. I have a build that I have to, I know how to counter you. Or this is my counter to your cannon rush. So he's probably be like, I'm not going to send drones. I'm just going to go straight to my my cannon rush counter.
One base
So that
Ravager
could be a
and cancel
thing.
your hatchery. Printf He's going to be able to go for this. He's already harassed the minerals in there a little bit. Gas goes down right now. Lucira's going to pull a single drone.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
you can just build a
Lucira's
cannon
like,
back
I'm
there. There's no way you can kill
gonna
that.
counter
Only
the
1 or 2 drones can
cannons.
get in there,
I'm
and
not
you
sure
can
what he
even
did.
buy
Probably
time with
Nidus
the
were.
probe. Not to mention, you can 2v1 that drone as well. Pulling 3 drones for Lucira, incredibly late pull on those though, and Printf just casually pulls away.
That's
Remember,
a little too late. He's gonna try to block.
Home, which means he can start building stalkers out of this one.
Printf wants the drones to go in there so he can pylon block them and then trap 3 drones, and then all of a sudden he'll kill 3 drones. That's a good way to kill a few of them. So, but Lucira was really good at keeping this area kind of like from getting pyloned.
So he gets the cyber core as well. Only 1 drone able to attack the cannon. He's not even able to force more buildings. And honestly, Printf, he walked
No, he did it with the gateway. He said, okay, I'll put the gateway and trap 2 drones.
the drones in. Oh, that's so worth it. Because they would have been about to run away. But now they're trapped in there with the cannon. The cannon's going to kill both of those drones. And then you can just cancel the gateway and build a cyber core and gets the cannon up here as well. This cannon stops you from running out of your base. It also is in range of the hatchery. Now, if he cancels the hatchery, you can cancel one of these cannons if you want to, but hatchery finishes.
He keeps it up.
Second gas is going down, though, so Lucira's going to try and do this with 1 base Ravager. I don't know, man.
Yeah, see how he's getting 2 gases? So but I don't know why send 3 drones at all? I have no idea why would you send 3 drones in the first place if you're going to counter the cannon rush with that, That makes no sense to me. Trying to fake them or
I don't know. 1 base Roach here. I know this replay was titled Mind Games, and I often miss small details that happen. Pretty much every time I'm casting the King of Cannons, Printf appears in chat at the end of the game and is like, oh, at this time you missed this or something, and I'm like, oh, what? There's always some level of like intuition or read going in that I'm completely unaware of as someone who's not as experienced in these sort of games. Anyway, hatchery does go down. Probe's going to go into the main. Right now, the only mind game is like basically Lucira thinking it's not a real cannon rush, thinking it was a fake out, and then it turned out to be a real one. But we'll see. Maybe there's more to it. I have no idea how long
right.
It
might be
so we'll see exactly
a further
what
game
happens.
where the mind
Probe's
games
gonna
kick
pull
in.
back from the main base. Stalker's coming out right now. 2 stalkers at a time. Shield batteries as well. So the problem with this, stalkers plus shield batteries are exceptionally good at picking away roaches. Not only that, that overlord could go down if these stalkers are out fast enough. Getting an overlord kill would be huge. Every single bit of value matters. And these guys, these are also overlords. Oh, no, cancel. Oh, that one's definitely dead. Cancel this one. Lucira's going to lose 1 overlord there. And that overlord will survive as long as you don't cancel it. But the overlord, no, you want to cancel it, get the money back. Okay, cancels at the last second, gets the refund. Roaches and Ravagers are on the high ground. Link speed does come in. The Ravagers, if they go down the ramp, they're just going to be giving away hit points to the Stalkers. The Stalkers will out-micro them and just heal up at the batteries. Behind this, Printf is taking a second gas and building more Stalkers. Remember, Printf has a rule. He has a philosophy. The man has a code. And that is 1 base or die trying. Printf is basically a living testimonial to how much you can improve if you keep a narrow focus at something. If you don't get distracted by all the different options.
There's not that much to improve, to be honest with you. At some point, I feel like, because I don't cannon rush all the time. I cannon rush a lot, but I don't cannon rush like this all the time. Because at some point, there's not enough details in this opening, like in this early 4 minutes and 20 seconds or 5 minutes. You can't, there's not enough optimization where you're gonna just like create breakthroughs. I feel like there's a sense of what do you call that? I forgot. When you can't progress the strategy any further, and if you keep doing it again, it's more of wasted time. I forgot the term, but at some point there's only so much optimization you could do in each matchup, where if you do it for so long, like now you're just doing it over and over again like Groundhog's Day. No, not skill ceiling. It's like when you put you invest and invest, but then at some point the investment doesn't produce any more diminishing returns. There you go, Grim. So at some point there's diminishing returns. I feel like when you cannon rush, there's only, if you're doing one base all in, you could only optimize this so much where you're not gonna find breakthroughs. There is no more breakthroughs. There's just this meta. This is the meta, the cannon rush meta, where you get the cannons, you get your gateways, you get the battery shields. Now it's just a normal meta game. That's all. Sometimes you'll probably lose a stalker here, lose a stalker there, but there's not really too much to figure out at some point. You do this 100 times, you're most likely gonna figure out most of the things you really need in this build. The rest of the time, the rest of the time you keep doing this build is diminishing returns. It's already capped. Because I've done this already, and there's only so much that you could do that ain't different. So at some point you want to really like develop the game into, from just an all-in to a mid-game to a late game, because that's where it gets more interesting. That's where the path keeps continuing. There's still a road. It just leads to, you have to take a base eventually. Eventually you have to take a base, and the road still continues. Where Printf, the diminishing returns is that he sees the road and he chooses not to take the road. He just says, no, I'm staying here, and that's all good. But there's still a road. There's still progress. There's still development into this optimization of this playstyle. You just have to go to continue the road. But it is cool that you can optimize something. I just feel like it's just crazy to do it over and over again for years. I can never do the same build over and over again for years. At some point, you're wasting your time in the game. The game has so much to offer you of strategies and units and that you're denying a lot of that for yourself. And that's the reason why I say diminishing returns. It just, at some point, you're just capping yourself from, learning the layers of the game more. You're just learning this little piece of pie, but there's a whole pie left over to develop and learn. But to each their own. This is where he wants to be, and that's great and all. But yeah, at some point, you want to like expand. Eventually, you want to get further to this playstyle.
In a strategy.
Yeah, I like silly strats, but always try to find a way to macro out of it in long game. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the best way to cheese. If you're gonna cheese, you want to find out how to like get the game to mid game to late game, because it's really fun to learn how to like play a late game. But you don't have to start with a 20-minute rush. You could start in with fighting. You go in there, just fight from the start. But you want to have a long match. You want 12 rounds in boxing, right? You want 12 rounds, but every round you want to start off punching. You don't want to start running in circles first. You could, but I'm over there just, let's go. 12 rounds, let's do this. You don't want to be a one-rounder. I'm either going to knock him out or I'm going to get knocked out. We're going to stay on the round one. I'm gonna be the best round one player, in boxing. I'd rather go 12 rounds,
Game, and you just do one thing 400 million times until you are the best in the world at it. That's Printf. And part of the reason he's so good is he chooses to not expand. So he's so good at these one base follow-ups. He is happy to play one base versus one base. Many times we've seen him mining off of his natural long distance because he refuses to take a Nexus there. Stalker does take a hit from the Bile. Nice micro from Lasira here, kind of forcing Printf to focus.
We got
lands
Randy
another
in the
Bile on
house.
the Adept.
We got Grim.
A few Stalker
Matt,
shots there. Now the Adept, why is he
James.
going for that? Because he can shade, and that'll give
Yeah,
him
if you guys
high
want to do
ground
some
vision
team
without
games, we could do
exposing
some
any of
team
his
games
units.
after this.
So this is a really smart little adjustment for him as he builds more batteries and cannons in this lovely art.
The stream says Let's see. Think it's better to get a little advantage, expect them to defend, but get ahead in some way for the next stage of the. Exactly. I that's what I try to do. That's my favorite like way of learning StarCraft. How do I attack them and be the aggressor, but then as they're defending, learn how to like step out, step away, and then get to the next stage. And while he decides to try to react to what he thinks I'm gonna do, I'm already on the next setup, and I'm expecting him to punch me. It's kind of like in fighting, right? You punch him, he moves out the way. He's expecting to punch you, and you're expecting him to punch you, right? He's gonna block, and then he's gonna punch. He's gonna block, and he's gonna punch. So you're gonna expect the punch, right? And so then, because you assume you know the next move, you should have a better advantage. You can play teams in a bit, Shadow. All right, we'll get some teams. Good man. 13 W, 6 losses for the day. Oh, that's your. Damn, you put in some good work. Damn, 13 wins, 6. That's good. Really good ratio. If you got any good replays, we'll cast them. Like a feint or punching the guard to get an opening. Yeah. So So the way you see it, I think that's the best way to try to like play StarCraft. Kind of do some cheese, but don't always do. It's good to learn all in cheese, right? But then you want to learn how to like, let go of the gas somehow. Figure out when to let go of the gas so you can continue the game and continue the development.
Notice the way they're arcing out. So if the Ravagers come down, they're going to be getting hit from cannons and batteries on all sides. Like, yeah, you got some Biles. That Ravager also took a lot of damage. And you can see the Adept Shade here. It sees what's going on. It sees no lair. As long as there's no lair, he doesn't need to worry about Nidus Worm. So it's Mass Ravager versus Mass Stalker Cannon Battery. Warp Gate's finally started. Printf can play this game all day. Lysira may be building more units and also Zerglings coming in, but the cannons add so much raw damage output, I don't think you can take this down. Pull back, pull back. Good pullbacks. Dude, I've always find myself like just a little bit kind of going for Lysira or the Zerg, the victim as I call them, of Printf. I kind of want to see them break out here. There's a Twilight Council on the way behind this. You could go Dark Shrine. Because there's no detection, no lair as well. Dark Shrine would work, and you could use that also to make Archons, which are very good versus
the
Ravager.
containment.
So
he's coming through.
They're very slow. Even though they do tank a lot of damage, Biles going to take out the front cannon.
Front
cannon goes down, but I think a Ravager died there. Yeah, one Ravager, 2 queens for a cannon. I think that's a good trade for Printf. Printf just needs to make sure he builds more cannons. And I think another cannon near the ramp is really good, because this is the area where you really want to punish your opponent. Oh, he almost got the Overlord! Stalkers ran forward and shot it, but they didn't quite have enough. Blink is on the way. Printf loves Blink, because with Blink you can just micro back and really pick them off. Here we go. Stalkers poking in and out. The Adepts providing that high ground vision. Sees the lair now. He does see the lair. I'm pretty sure Printf saw that. Yeah, he does. So Printf's going to know he needs to kind of get a move on, or he needs to be ready for a Nidus Worm counterattack. One or the other. Biles on the battery. Will take it down. I think Printf should have got another volley off. Could have killed a Ravager for that. Instead, he just gets a bit of damage. With only one queen, Lysira doesn't have the transfuse. If he kept those 3 queens alive, they could have been transfusing and healing these weakened Ravagers up. But otherwise, this is going to be very high. No need to insult each other, guys. In the chat, I agree that Ravagers is not perfect. I think if you do it really cleanly, you can beat all but the best cannon rushes with a Ravager response. But I think if you don't like react perfectly and go straight to those Ravagers as efficiently as possible and force a lot of cannons and stuff, then it kind of sucks. Nidus Worm's coming in. I think if you get trapped in...
You know what'd be cool? When it comes to like some type of like mind game, if Lysira had got Burrow, right? He got Burrow and he burrowed right here in this spot, and then he got Nidus Worm. And then what he'll do is you throw the Nidus Worm out, right? And go, and Printf is going to be like, oh shit, I'm getting Nidus Worm. I might as well go up the ramp and attack him. And he goes up the ramp, and then you unburrow right on top of him. You know? What do you guys think? You think that? I think that that would work. Because all his stalkers are here. Unless he recalls, he's probably going to go and attack forward. But I would burrow right here. I'll hit the Nidus Worm on his base. He's going to think I'm going to Nidus Worm him and I should have my units over there. He's going to come up the ramp. And then we just force field them with burrowed, with lifted up roaches, ravagers.
Your base, especially against a guy like Print F, Infestation Pit and Swarm Hosts are actually amazing. Because Swarm Hosts give you free units, it's a way of getting value and efficiency without having a big economy. Remember, Print F's never going to expand. So
yeah,
all
if you guys want to do some team games after this, we can get
Being
some.
trapped on one base seems bad
Before I
against
go to,
the normal
before I sleep.
Against Print F, is it that bad? One Ravager just got sniped, dude. The Blink Micro is so deadly. It's a good pullback for Lysira, trying to bait him in. Stalker's trying to push forward right now. Nidus Worm's almost up. Print F's like, okay, if you open that Nidus Worm, like, I'm just going to be pushing into your base and wrecking you. Good pullbacks there from Print F. Stalker count's insane. 17 Stalkers with Blink, man. Don't get me wrong, pushing up a ramp always feels bad. Oh, he does get hit by a few projectiles. I think he just lost one or two Stalkers. One Stalker went down. Another one got pretty heavily damaged. Print F, though, is he actually killing much Roach Ravage? He's killing a lot of Zerglings here. The Zergling count's really being thinned out. The Roach Ravage count's looking reasonably healthy. Good blink back micro. Print F not losing any units yet, but he might. The Biles come in.
But I can play some
and
games
units lost
first.
Up. He's lost a second Stalker. But
he should start layer Nidus as soon as he sees him stacking his natural up with defense, and seeing it would be tough with Ravagers even. Yeah, I just don't think that you should engage the bottom of his ramp. If Print F has most of the defense at your natural, why would you want to try to break out? It's better to just Nidus Worm their base and fight over there where there's no batteries and cannons and all that stuff. But why go down here and try to break this when there's a bunch of cannons and batteries and stalkers? It just doesn't make no sense. Down a small little choke. Why not go where there's where the workers are and where there's no cannons and batteries? It just I'm just saying. It just makes more sense to me to go for the Nidus Worm instead of this back and forth against the batteries.
Lots of Zerglings. I think that's okay. Oh, he loses another one. Print F making doo-doos. Print F making doo-doos. He's making some mistakes right now. And he's walking into the Biles again.
It's too tiny to it's too tiny to push down. It's too inconvenient.
One at a time. If you just always have Biles active on that ramp, he can't really push into you. You just need to keep throwing them more frequently, and you need to throw them preemptively. Don't throw multiple on the same spot. Just throw one. Like, as long as you throw one every, 2 seconds, there's no real window for Print F to push up that ramp.
Yeah, Zerg's going to need fungal. What was it? Infestors. We need infestors to force field to fungal the stalkers so that they can't blink.
And you can at least drag this out. Overlord's coming in, ready for the Nidus Worm. Pylons do have vision, though, and remember, he can warp in at home as well. Lots of Roach Ravager there. He's going to scout in with the Adept Shade. Adept will cancel the Shade. No, it actually finished in the back because he's so busy microing on the front. It's going to start picking off a few drones back there. Got to be careful, mate. No, the Queens will deal with it. Never mind. Nidus Worm in the main base. Print F should be aware of this. He's pushing up the ramp right now. Stalkers are trying to fight. Does he recall? He could recall a few Stalkers. He's not noticed.
Well,
he's not paying attention.
It's not the best, but it's you can't deal with stalkers, with blink stalkers like that all day because of the battery shields. So in that situation, if you're not going to Nidus Worm, might as well have to get fungals. But this should have been a long time ago. But at least it's here now.
He's willing to give it up. How many does he recall? He recalls 8 Stalkers. Oh, he's a bit slow on the recall, though. Print F screwed it up. Print F screwed up the transfuse. Oh, Print F. He recalled 8 Stalkers, and now they're just going to get killed. This is a disaster. Print F just screwed the pooch. I thought he was...
Oh, he's going to take out the Nidus Worm.
He's going to kill the Nidus Worm, which means the Zerg can't come home. If the Zerg can't come home, the Nidus Worm will be his last building, which means you can win the base race. Because those drones can't leave the base. There's cannons down there. They won't get out. Look at this. The drones try to escape. Stalkers and cannons say, no way, bro. No way, Jose.
Oh.
Those go down. The probes go down. The base is getting damaged.
He should have went... Oh, well, he can't go through the Nidus.
And Print F says, well, you're never going to kill my cannon battery. So at best, you get a draw here. But you know what? How are you going to defend a Nidus Worm? I can just blink on it and kill it.
No. Well, the Nidus Worm was really late. If you're going to go for an early rush. You go for that layer tech really quick, and you go over the Nidus Worm. The fact that the Nidus Worm was like the last option, by that time Blink Stalkers kick in, and it's not that, you know, he could have done it earlier. Let's just say that would have been the better choice if he did it earlier, but he played around with the choke.
At what minute do minerals get mined out? The first 4 minerals, the low mineral patches, get mined out at 8.5 minutes. The next 4, I'm not sure the
About 15 minutes, 15-ish minutes.
exact timing on the next 4. I'd say 12?
No,
4?
about 15. And then 16 for the gases, 16-ish minutes. Really depends on the build, how many workers they started off, and if they pulled workers early on and stuff like that, or lost workers, it balance, but that's an average.
It should maybe 14 minutes, something like that. So somewhere around there. I don't know the exact timing. I only know on the first ones. 12:30 to 13 minutes says chat.
No.
Okay, so check this
Longer.
out. Yeah, this is so funny.
About 14 minutes,
Because even though
15 minutes.
Printf bungled it and he lost what, an extra 8, extra 10.
Maybe they're
stalkers went down on
tearing.
top of
If
the
they're
2 that died
tearing, that
earlier.
would make sense.
Now Lasira's best bet
because
is
of
to hope
those
for a draw.
mules.
Now, if Printf can get vision up the ramp. So what Printf's going to do is he's going to run a Stalker here and then blink here and then blink the rest of the Stalkers up and kill the Nidus. So what you need to do as Lasira is
Yeah,
you
we'll
need
do it
to
tomorrow,
hold
Thomas,
position
for
on
sure.
the bottom of the ramp, or at least the midpoint, so he can't get high ground vision without killing your
Yeah,
units.
tearing.
That'll force
Yeah,
Printf
mules.
to fight you, and then you know, and then you can do your thing. So, oh, it's revealed from the low ground because you have no other structures. Never mind, never mind. I forgot. Remember, once you've been revealed, you can actually shoot the revealed structures as if you had high ground vision. We learned
it's
this in
right-
that famous Bow and Arn versus Custome game that
And
I
it's
cast a couple
right
years
at the
ago.
edge.
If you guys haven't seen that, I will link it down below. Check it out. It was an absolutely crazy game. Oh, okay.
He
nice
could just
files.
blink right on top.
I mean, the
Go for the
transfusers
suicide
keeping
attack.
Lasira alive right now. Transfusers and corrosive biles. I think as Printf, you could just dive. It just seems like a crazy. But if you're gonna do it, you should do it now.
You gotta just dive in there.
Oh,
You
man.
gotta fake the first Ravager bile, though.
There's a drone rebuilding. Oh, but he doesn't have enough money to do anything. with it. He's just gonna build an extractor. Oh, transfuse. Okay, good.
He's trying
transfusers,
to
but man,
keep
you
the
gotta be
regen.
careful,
He's trying to
Lasira.
regen. He's trying to regen the shield and then go again and regen the shield.
Lasira doesn't have the numbers to fight in the open. Remember, there's no roach speed. If you go down there, the Stalkers are going to have a field day. Oh, he's
There
just
he
going
goes.
for it. He
Yep.
goes for it. But the hatchery stuff, actually, he didn't have
Oh.
enough minerals for a hatchery. So he gets it. How many Stalkers died there? 6 more Stalkers just went down. So he's like, wait, what's going on? Where is
like,
your
is there a
so
hatchery down there?
He thinks it's in here.
Yeah, he's like,
he
is
doesn't
there-
realize the
yeah.
hatchery's back there. Dude, Lasira might still
he
win this
thinks
game.
it's up
I
there.
can't believe Lasira squeezed a drone out with his lava and has built that there. So Printf thinks he has to get up this ramp if he wants to win this game. He runs in, gets a Ravager, almost loses a Stalker, but not quite. You can't reliably.
I mean, if I was Printf, there'd be a moment where I might go up the ramp, attack, but send one Stalker and blink it. A Hail Mary blink. Get a blink, just blink and run and see if you even see anything. That'll give you a hint. Like, it's not at the base then. Or at least not at the mineral line. So I'm going to check some other spot. That's what I'd probably do.
As
A Hail
long as you
Mary
throw the
blink
preemptive
Stalker.
bile, Lasira hasn't been throwing the
Sacrifice
preemptive
one.
bile. Another Ravager goes down. Lasira, you need to throw
But
the
yeah,
biles
Printf
ahead of
thinks it's
time.
up there.
That
He's
was
like,
beautiful
it's
micro.
gotta
Printf just
be
keeps
up
picking these
there.
Ravagers off. Thing is, if you've got all your Ravagers far enough forward, you can kill the Stalkers before they get a volley off. You see, that time he lost another unit, but he lost a Stalker that time. Stalker for a Roach is good enough trades for Lasira. If Lasira survives with any Ravagers left alive, they can eventually bile every single structure down. Got transfuses
Queens
available.
could
You want to
heal
use these
too.
early. You don't want to bank too much energy on that. I like that the creep's spreading out. Funny thing is, at any point, if you go back to the other side of the map with your Stalkers, you win this game, right?
Case in point, not diving made everything worse.
He sees lava, but he doesn't scout for the hatchery. No.
Oh, he missed it.
No.
He missed the.
He's got a probe, but he's scouting.
yeah.
He's checking.
That's because
He's
Printf
checking,
assumes
but
the
he's
hatchery's
got-
got to be
oh,
at the
there's
mineral
another
line.
Stalker there.
At a
For
mineral
Roach,
line.
I think Lasira might be able to make it back. Lasira's going to get
Oh.
another. Transfuses the Ravages. Gets another Stalker. Gets another Stalker. Gets another one. Lasira's going to do this. Lasira's actually going to do this. I'm sorry for going so high pitch. I did not expect this. I really thought Printf was going to win this game.
He could have.
Oh, we thought it was inside his old main base. And because
Yeah, if he
because
did
he
it
wasn't
way
revealed,
sooner,
he knew it was a hatchery. He said, well, you're not being revealed, so it must be a hatchery that you've rebuilt. Otherwise, I'd be able to see it. So he's like, well, there's got to be a hatchery. If there's a hatchery, you're probably going to rebuild a drone. If I don't break this, I've got no mining. Like, I need to go. Oh, my gosh. It's such... If that probe checked the full main base,
yeah, if he would've went
rather
up
than
there.
just checking there, what a different result we would have. But Lysira hangs in there, fights back, and Printf learns the lesson. No doubt upon finishing the game and rewinding, sees that hatchery and goes,
that's funny.
Hats off.
All right, we go to North America. Get a few team games in, and then go night. It might be daytime over here, but it's actually nighttime for me. First come, first serve. I'm in North America, Channel Dancraft. Starting now. Krogop, okay. What time do I wake up? I usually sleep only for like 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. So I would say like around 1 p.m. in the evening, since I'm up a little more today right now. Later, since I'm streaming right now. Most of the time I go to sleep right when I get to work. Right when I get home from work. Can't even think. Which I get off work at 6 in the morning. Right now it's 8. Same as it. It's 8:30. Where were the threes for now? Yeah, it's not that. It's just it's hard for me to sleep for a long time in the daytime. I don't know, the light just, I need to like maybe get some dark shades on the glass or something, cause that daytime be hitting. That, and there's so much noise in the daytime. You know, there's so much things happening in the streets. Car going by with the damn muffler. The lawnmower man in the morning. There's so many problems that I have when it comes to noise, that I just can't get a good 8 hours sleep, unless it's like sometime at night during the weekday. Good luck for me. Yeah, but on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I don't go to work. I just stream, so that's when I get my sleep. I don't get it during the weekdays. During the weekends. I get it during the weekdays. During the weekdays, I can get a good 6 hours. Yeah, the night. Well, so in the weekend I try to do graveyard shift hours, and then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I try to do daytime. You know, I try to be up in with the living. So that kind of like, my cycle has to change 2 times a week. You know, a couple days I'm actually up in the daytime, and then a couple nights I'm up at the nighttime. Check my area, make sure I'm not getting...
Your ally is being attacked.
getting rushed. Yeah, kind of rough sometimes. Sometimes Mondays is the only day I get I sleep weird because I'm trying to like reset my night shift to day shift.
Our allies look like they could use a hand.
So yeah.
Our allies are getting into trouble
the one
again.
thing is I can never tell where my body sleep cycle is. I could assume, but I don't know. So sometimes my brain just hits me and it says, "No, you're sleeping now." Like what? All of a sudden I'm like, "Now?" Yep. And I just like knock out. But sometimes it's like I don't want to. I'm like, man, I was planning to stream, and brain's like, nope. Yeah. It's when I start yawning. You'll see me yawning sometimes.
Your allies are
Like,
having
I'm
all the
almost
fun
at my yawning stage right now.
I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows.
Your allies are having all the fun over there.
What's that? Let's expand.
Stick cold.
Our allies' base needs help right now.
I am the voice. We are one. You require my skill. You require my skills. Go. I am here. I am here in the shadows. I am the
Go blink.
I am here in the shadows.
I finally found the channel. Oh my god, I've been looking for the channel for so long. Ever since pandemic. I found it. Really? Yeah, well, we're here.
I am here in the shadows.
Oh shit. I thought we were gonna tearing stuff. I'm over there trying to chrono boost. I mean, not chrono boost, mule. Just like a random player.
I am here in the shadows.
Our allies look like they could use a hand.
Cold is the void. You require my
Your ally is being attacked. Our allies are getting into trouble again.
for the reckoning. I am the voice of the eclipse.
Research complete.
You require co-real. I am
That's crazy how we can't even see that overlord.
here in the
Oh, there it goes.
It shall
That's
be
such a big island for.
I am the state that you require.
Your ally is being attacked.
I am here in the shadows.
done. Let's hope you click the right one.
Let's see.
I am here in the
You found me on logos. Featured some of the matches. Oh yeah, I gotta send him some new ones. I gotta send Loco some new videos.
I am here in the shadows. We are one with the shadows. I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows. Very wise. We.
Our allies are getting into trouble again.
I am the voice.
Our allies look like they could use a hand.
Very well. You require my skill. I am the.
Your allies' base is under attack. Having all the fun. Get over
I
there.
am here in the shadows.
Our allies are getting into trouble again. Mineral field depleted. Our allies look like they could use a hand. Your allies' base is taking a pounding. Out of minerals. Idle workers are so untidy.
Intriguing.
Our allies' base is being remodeled by the enemy. You are fresh out of minerals at that base.
I live on. I am here in the shadows.
Yeah, he's got the
Our allies' base needs help right
stalkers.
now. Your ally is being attacked.
Consciousness awakened. Presiding.
Mineral field depleted.
I am here in the shadows.
Presiding. Consciousness awakened.
Your allies are having all the fun over there.
Ancient.
I am here.
Your ally is being attacked.
I live on.
Our allies are getting into trouble again. Your allies are having all the fun over there.
I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows.
Our allies look like they could use a hand.
Speak. Consciousness awakened.
Our allies' base is being remodeled by the enemy. Our allies look like they could use a hand.
I am here in the shadows.
Your allies' base is under attack. Get over there. Your ally is being attacked. Your allies are having all the fun over there.
I am here in the shadows.
Our allies are getting into trouble again.
I am here in the shadows.
Presiding.
Your allies' base is taking a pounding. Our allies are getting into trouble again. Base is under attack.
Ancient presiding.
Our allies' base needs help right now.
I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows.
Your allies' base is under attack. Get over there. Out of minerals. Idle workers are so untidy. Our allies look like they could use a hand.
I am here in the shadows.
Your allies' base is taking a pounding.
Presiding. Ancient glory. We begin anew.
You're
Presiding.
I am.
Speak and be heard. Ancient glory.
Out of minerals. Idle workers are so untidy.
I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows.
Our allies' base is being remodeled by the enemy. Look at you.
Damn.
I remember when this was all minerals. Now look at it.
They didn't want the heat. We did it. Just held it down. Yeah, it was close. I love my disruptor shots, very satisfying. Oh, they're always good. Yeah, but welcome. Welcome, Maine. You've been watching the Florencio Files? Well, welcome back to StarCraft 2. What? One of your opponents is replaceable? That's his name? Oh. Nice. Let me try to. I hear a lawnmower right now. Imagine trying to go to sleep right now.
Your probe count is being downsized.
There's a fake cannon rush. A lot of Marines.
Your allies are having all the fun over there. Your ally is being attacked.
Alright. Let's get the void raids. Probably some speed raids. Pterodactyl. Okay.
Zak Naku is. You have full power.
Your
Oh,
ally
he's
is
got
being attacked.
2 void raids. I mean, he has 2.
Phase crystals. This vessel.
And now he has 3. Shit. We need charge lock for this.
Prismatic core online.
Our allies are getting into trouble again.
It shall be done. Pterodactyl.
Our allies' base needs help right now.
This vessel shall be done. Calibrated core. Phase crystals charged. Prismatic core online. Channel the light device. We are at full power. Undercool rock. Pterodactyl. Pass. We are at phase crystal. We are at full. This vessel. Phase crystal. Channel the light device. Phase crystal. We are at channel the light device. Zak Naku. Channel. Zak Naku Afal. We are at full power. We are at full. This vessel
What?
shall channel the light of iron.
Batteries?
Your allies are having all the fun over there.
Oh shit.
I remember when this was all minerals. Now look at it. Our allies' base is being remodeled. Our allies look like they could use a hand. Your ally is being attacked.
Ready to catch that.
Prismatic
Catch it in
core
time.
online.
Your allies' base is under attack. Get over there.
Tad late.
Zack, this vessel shall channel.
Is there an overlord over here?
Channel the light of iron. Paradakral.
Our allies look like they could use a hand.
Oh, it is.
Base crystal charged. This vessel shall invade. Base
Your allies' base is taking pounding. Don't forget the rest of them.
for I. Zack Naku.
Your allies are having all the fun over there.
This vessel channel the light of iron. Zack, channel the light. Phase crystal.
Our allies are getting into trouble again. Our allies look like they could use a hand.
Channel the light. Zack Naku. Paradakral.
Our allies are getting into trouble again.
Annihilation commencing. Prismatic core online. Channel the light of iron. Zack Naku.
Your ally is being attacked.
Prismatic core
I
online.
don't want to alarm anyone, but the base is being attacked. Your allies' base is taking a pounding. Was your base burning to the ground part of the plan?
Zack Naku online. Channel the light of iron. Zack Naku. Channel the light of phase. This Zack Naku Afal.
Your allies are having all the fun over there.
This vessel shall hit channel. Miracle. Phase crystal charged. Zack channel phase.
Your allies are having all the fun over there. Mineral field depleted. Our allies are getting into trouble again.
Alright.
Phase crystal. This vessel shall invade.
Your ally is being attacked.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Annihilation commencing. Undercool rock. Systems at full. After all.
Our allies look like they could use a hand.
This vessel shall channel. We are at full power. Phase crystal. Zack Naku Abal. Zack Naku Afal.
Mineral field depleted.
This
Let's get the gas.
we face the enemy.
Our allies' base is being remodeled by the enemy. Our allies are getting into trouble again.
This vessel shall Zack Naku channel the light of iron.
Your probes are in a hazardous working environment.
This vessel is not Akbar. We're at full channel. We're at full power. This vessel, Zaknaku up. Phase crystals charged.
Okay.
Zaknak. This vessel shall invade. Paradakura.
Our allies' base needs help use a hand right now. Your allies' base is under attack. Get over there.
Prismatic core online. Systems active. Lock silhouette. Channel power.
Out of minerals. Your allies' base is under attack. Get over there. Your allies' base is being attacked right now. Your allies are having all the fun over there. Our allies' base is being remodeled by the enemy. Your allies' base is taking Your allies are having all the fun over there. Your ally is being attacked. I remember when this was all minerals. Now look at it.
We are at full phase crystals charged. Channel the light divided. Prismatic core online. This vessel.
I'm gonna go Tempest now.
Our allies are getting into trouble again.
This channel the light divide. We are at full power. This vessel shall invade. Phase. We are at
Our allies look like they could use a hand.
system back. Chat. This vessel.
Our allies are getting into trouble again. Our allies look like they could use a hand.
Under cool rock. Annihilation commencing. We go.
Your ally is being attacked.
Zaknaku Abba. We are at full power.
Our allies' base is being remodeled by the enemy.
Face the enemy.
Your allies are having all the fun over there. You are fresh out of minerals at that base.
Annihilation. This vessel.
I'm getting Tempest just in case.
Your allies are having all the fun over there. allies are getting into trouble again.
Direct my vengeance. This vessel shall not.
Your ally is being attacked.
This vessel.
Out of minerals. Idle workers. Our allies look like they could use a hand. Wow, you mind all of...
Good try.
Mineral field depleted.
What up, Lexi Payne? Yeah, you could join one more. I probably one more game, and then I got to get some sleep before my sleep schedule. So jump in, channel Dancraft. Is that you, Artemis? Okay. Get one more game in. GG. Whew. Those swarm hosts. Team game French? Oh, okay. Then you're talking about on Discord. Oh, man. Yeah. So, like, if people aren't chatting, it's technically a members stream. So then I just turn it into members only. Right now I have it public, but really depends if people are chatting or not. If the chat's active. Here we go.
Big job. SCV ready. Yeah.
Let's get a wall.
Yeah. What's going on? Ah! You scared me. SCV ready. Go ahead.
Oh, scout.
SCV ready. Yes, sir. Huh? What's SCV ready. Will do. Go ahead. SCV ready. Gotcha. SCV ready. Big job, huh? Huh? Woohoo! SCV ready. Bad news. Roger. In the rear with the gear. Move it. Ah! You scared me. What's going on? Go ahead. Big job, huh? Bad news? Huh? Well, butter my biscuit. Yo. SCV ready. What's going on? SCV ready.
Your ally is being attacked. Our allies look like they could use a hand. You've built a fancier command center.
Big job, huh?
That command center upgrade you ordered is here.
SCV ready. Yes, sir.
Our allies are getting into trouble again.
Yep. SCV ready. SCV ready.
That command center upgrade you ordered is here.
SCV ready.
Your allies are having all the fun over there.
SCV ready. Go ahead. SCV ready. SCV ready. SCV.
Was your base burning to the ground part of the plan?
SCV ready. SCV ready. SCV ready. SCV ready. SCV ready.
Your allies' base is being attacked.
SCV ready. Bad news. What's going on? SCV ready.
Our allies are getting into trouble again. Our allies look like they could use a hand.
SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
Big job, huh? Huh? Yeah. Let's go.
online. Let's go kill something.
Add-on complete. Add-on is done. Doesn't that look fancy?
SCV ready.
Eat his mules. I know.
Your allies are having all the fun over there.
Too bad I can't.
Systems go. Cyclone.
Our allies look like they could use a hand. Your SCVs are being harassed. It's ruining work. Your base has some uninvited guests.
Bad news. Optics online. Let's go kill something.
Research is done. Let's hope you click the right one.
Systems go.
Our allies are getting into trouble again.
Big jump, huh? Bad news.
Your ally is being attacked.
Oh.
Your allies are having all the fun over there.
Channel's clear, boss. Cyclone. Systems go. Cyclone. Ready for action.
Your ally is being attacked.
Nice.
Show Cyclone received. This ought to be good.
Take another base.
Some fire here. Optics online. Let's go kill something. You got coordinates. Channel's clear, boss. What's going? Taking some fire here.
Our allies are getting into trouble again.
Nothing will stop me. This ought to be good.
Thanks, Shadow.
Coordinates are what?
Our allies look like they could use a hand.
How dare he deny my PF?
Systems go.
Our allies' base needs help. Your allies are having all the fun over there.
This ought to be good. Systems go. Cyclone ready for action. Nothing will stop me. In gear.
Your allies are having all the fun over there.
I get ya. Channel's clear.
4 void rays.
Comms open.
Base is under attack.
You got coordinates of your optics online. Let's go kill something. Show me who you want to die. This ought to be... Got it. Cyclone received. Yep. Channel's clear. Comm systems go.
Our allies are getting into trouble again.
I get you. You got coordinates. This ought to be... Got the target in mind. Channels. Show me who you want to die. In the rear with the gear.
Oh, one more.
Out of minerals. Your ally is being attacked.
Imagine trying to go to sleep to this. Hard to go to y'all wake up.
Optics online. Let's go.
Our allies look like they could use a hand. Your ally is being attacked. Our allies are getting into trouble again. Out of minerals. Your allies are having all the fun over there.
Taking some fire here. Systems go. Cyclone.
Our allies look like they could use a hand.
Comms open. You got coordinates or what? This ought to be good. I got it. Comms open. This ought to be good. Nothing will stop me. In gear.
are having all the fun over there.
Moving into position.
Damn lawnmower. Alright. Alright, well, I'm gonna get some rest. I'm gonna go to sleep after that. Lawnmower is all done with. Well, I'll see you guys when I wake up. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.